What does gentrification look like? Well, gentrification tends to happen in neighborhoods that have been experiencing disinvestment, but then get reinvested. And you can click around this app to find out more about gentrification. And we'd love to hear from you what your neighborhood looks like.
I, Ukamaka Ezamora, designed and developed this augmented reality filter as a solo project in 2021 with the help of YouTube tutorials and online forums. The research question is, how can augmented reality help people identify and understand indicators of neighborhood investment and disinvestment associated with gentrification? There are three scenes that illustrate categories of disinvestment and investment, the first being private, second being public, and third being commercial. For each type of scene, examples of disinvestment and investment are highlighted on opposite sides of the street. I made sure the concepts were relevant and tied back to our original research question by obtaining feedback from my PI, Dr. Tanya Golash-Boza. I wanted a solution with cross-device publishing, which enables people to view our project on whatever device they have access to, whether that be a phone or a tablet. We also needed tracking and analytics to quantify our impact. I researched different options for implementing an AR filter such as WebXR and 3JS, but figured it'd be best to go with something that can be easily accessed and shared, which ended up being Spark AR Studio. With the growth of VR platforms like MetaQuest, there are many opportunities to expand similar immersive educational projects. I wanted to share this resource, so I emailed several professors at colleges who taught classes on topics related to gentrification, and Professor David Pike at American University in Washington, D.C. said he would share my filter with the students as an example for the final project in his course. Features. Using Blender, which is the free open source 3D modeling software, I only modeled key features in low poly to save storage. When modeling in Blender, I minimize the number of polygons or triangles in each model, which directly relates to the definition and size of the 3D model. You can use certain modifiers like the decimate modifier to decrease the polygon size of the 3D models. I use that as well as other techniques. For the human characters, I use the Make Human add-on in Blender as well as Mixamo. Users can tap on the 3D models to view what makes an indicator of investment or disinvestment. In terms of the information, I decided to base it off of what we observed from the most gentrified tract in DC that we've studied thus far, Navy Yard. Indicators. This is scene 1. Private disinvestment is represented by old structures with major exterior decay such as significant peeling or faded paint, obvious necessary repairs, or deteriorated or discolored siding or brick. There are visible aspects of physical decay and severe lack of maintenance and upkeep of properties. Other indicators include unkempt vacant area or public street frontage shown by the presence of untamed grass or the presence of overgrown weeds. Increased presence of litter such as plastic bags, cans, food wrappers, bottles, paper, or broken glass. Private investment is shown through new residences with major upgrades, such as an added story and a large patio space, or new architectural changes. New large-scale developments, such as luxury condos, large residential development, and converted industrial use. The scene also contrasts these with security bars on homes, apartments, and businesses. Metal security bars are low-cost methods to prevent burglary and window break-ins. There is a demographic shift associated with rising housing costs, including the transition from black homeowners to white homeowners, disrupting generational homeownership through housing and real estate pressures. This is scene 2. Public investment includes new signs and structures controlling traffic such as speed limit, pedestrian crossing, bike lanes, and parking. New public courtesies such as street lamps, bike racks, public trash cans, bus stops, street furniture, and public seating. This scene also illustrates increased surveillance through traffic cameras, CCTV systems, ring cameras, school cameras, business security cameras, alongside decreased police presence. This is scene 3. Commercial investment is represented by businesses commonly associated with gentrification, including cafes, trendy restaurants, and bars, pet stores, organic markets, boutiques, and art galleries. The scene also reflects demographic changes, including decreases in minority populations and increases in white populations. Takeaways. One of the biggest technical challenges was optimizing the number of 3D assets. I spent a significant amount of time manually reducing file sizes and compressing models because Spark AR's automatic compression alone wasn't enough to meet Meta's size requirements. With a larger file budget, I would have included additional models to represent even more indicators. I then add a background to the filter so that people could go to their back camera to show the gentrification indicator, and then flip to the front camera to show an indicator that they noticed in their location. Using the AR filter and a Qualtrics survey I made, Dr. Tanya Golash-Boza created a teaching guide for mapping gentrification, which includes instructions on how to use our AR filter, how to observe changes through Google Maps, and it helps you find out if your DC neighborhood is gentrified.